And when we meditate on that, on what you told us, that keeps us intact with you. And that right there is what keeps us going. God, you know what? God, I'm one of them people, where sometimes like the past can come in and I can adapt to the past and to certain things. And it's like I take like the new me, and in my mind, it's like I'm trying to relive those moments and trying to produce a different outcome. That's like a freaking fantasy, like fantasizing, like a predestined healing or trying to go back and trying to fix something with the new me, because I'm one of them persons where it's like, I hold on to things, or sometimes I feel, I care about a lot of different things. And I think what really, really gets me, I think mostly is I care. And a lot of things in my life, really like matter, or I try to have a caring spirit, and I try to hold on to different things, or even really just me trying to fix the mistakes that I've made, or the people that I've heard, or whatever. Whichever, right? I believe in being humble and open and transparent. I believe in being hot. But where do I go from here? And I think a lot of my worry is my worry. And what that means is, I think even in my worry, I'm misprioritizing different things. And so how do you deal with that? Like, how do you deal with the ability to get over the past, or that past relationship, God, that was really, really hurtful for me? And you and I have been talking about that. So, and I really want to hear what you have to say. So whether it's a relationship, whether it's, missed opportunity, where it's time, whether it's mistakes, how do you deal with, time, that sometimes that we feel that was wasted? So how do we deal with that, guy? At this point, how do we deal with that? The oil is equivalent to you. So when you say, take the oil with you and go like to that magnitude, so you're basically saying that you are with us. And how long are we going to continue to mourn over something you rejected? We got to unpack that. So you are end to end, you are generational, and your promises are great. That is a fact. So you knew, you weren't surprised when something happened. So if you weren't surprised, then that means that you were already prepared to know how to deal with the outcome of the mistakes that I made. Go ahead and finish. So you've forgiven me of all my sins, and you forgave me of the things that I've done. But you're not telling me to forgive that person or whatever for them. You telling me to forgive so that I can live well. So that means that so what that means, and God, I'm coming at you, because you be like, oh, don't lean on your own understanding. So I'm trying to get this right. So if I forgive, that means that so that I can live well. And so that means that I have to let go of my past, because there's a better future before me. Because Jesus, when you died for every sin, for every mistake, and everything that we've done, is doing, and going to do. So, but when you got up with all power in your hands, that indicates that nothing in our past is strong enough to keep us bound. So that means that we have an opportunity to reach a new beginning. Is that true? I think forgiveness is the gateway to our new beginning, and I feel it's the gateway to our blessing, and that makes completely sense. But God, I just feel at this point we've been in this house for so long, and for good reasons. You know what I'm saying? I chose to make the decision to sit still so that I could learn and grow. Not because of my past, just because I wanted to live right and I want to live well. And I know that only comes with you and not by the world. Let the world, let the external worry about the external, but the internal, the character, that right there, when that is massaged differently and with you, it forms a new heart. And a new heart means a new appetite. So a lot of the things that I used to do or anything of that nature, I just wanted to live well. How can I reach that next level? Like, is that even possible to even come back from? But that's so true, King, is that the closer we get to you, the more we become a new person. Our mind changes, our heart changes. And when that changes, I think we become hungry for things that are different. And I thank you so much because thank you for letting me know that my future is so much better. And that my future is, so how do I keep this going then? How do I keep this going? Because it is culturally normal for us to forget. So how do we do that? I remember you and Joshua were like ace boon coons. And before you was sending Joshua, one of the things that you told Joshua is you said, be strong and be of good courage. We got to have the strength to do it. And we have to have the courage, which is the ability to do. And when we meditate on that, on what you told us, that keeps us intact with you. And that right there is what keeps us going. God, you know what? It's just been so difficult for me to really, really overcome. And I think I always feel the spirit of loneliness, the spirit of being alone, and will I reach, but I remember there was a sermon that you told me about that said, we cannot lose hope. And we have to, if I believe, then all things are possible. Some of us have stopped running. Some of us have stopped dreaming. Some of us have stopped imagining. Some of us have stopped really just, achieving. But you are so right. And we have to regain that. And we have to take that back. And that only comes through the power of you. God, I really thank you. Like, this is just so surreal for me, because the enemy is always talking to us, but we got to talk back to it. And how we do that is in conversations like this. Thank you for teaching me how to bear fruit. And I can't bear fruit while still holding on to old fruit. God, I want to be everything that you called me to be. And God, I want to reach that. And I have to let go. There's so much ahead of me, but I will never get there if I never choose to live well. And how I choose to live well, I got to forgive and I got to let go. Thank you, God, for that. That means so much. Until next time, thank you so much for this table talk. I appreciate you, King.